Got another video from Crime of Passion. Alabama woman arrested for running over and killing boyfriend on Easter Sunday in front of kids.
Bostic, who, as you just said, was
That's a long title.
killed when the mother of his children pinned him between a house and a car. Those family members describing him to me as a man with a big heart. They say the last few hours have been an absolute nightmare for them.
It was a day of celebration in Birmingham, Alabama. Easter Sunday, April 20th, 2025. Families were gathering. The festivities were supposed to be a moment of joy, a time for family, and the promise of renewal that Easter represents. But for 27-year-old McKees James Bostic, the day would end in tragedy.
Officers say a woman intentionally drove into McKees James Bostic,
And the celebration would turn into something horrific.
Did it! What?
By 9:50 p.m., a series of events had unfolded that would forever change the lives of McKees' family, particularly his children.
The information just disturbing as investigators say he was wedged between a vehicle and a home on Lisa Lane. Detectives believe some of his children were there.
The man who was once known for his jokes,
Bitch clocking. Clock that teeth. I was gonna start clocking that teeth.
his easygoing demeanor, and his love for his family,
I'm your girl. Nah.
Both of them my girl.
was dead in front of his kids.
It's not fair, it's not right, but he's a good person.
You know, long time ago they said there's a few good men left. He was one of them.
And the woman responsible? The mother of his children, 30-year-old Shatise Renee Jackson, would drive away from the scene, leaving a path of chaos behind her.
She would do him so cruelly and so wrong.
It all started as a typical family gathering. McKees and Shatise had their disagreements, but things had seemed normal enough earlier in the evening. The two had been living together, raising children, trying to make their complicated relationship work.
Yes! That is it! That is it!
McKees was known as a hard-working father, always doing his best to provide for his family.
A provider who worked non-stop to provide for his children.
He was gonna provide for his family, and he's gonna do the things that he needs to do for his family.
He loved his kids. He loved Shatise. But it's clear now that something was wrong. Something was always wrong. According to reports, McKees and Shatise had been arguing earlier that evening. As the night went on, things got heated. Shatise, apparently fed up with the situation, left the house at one point. This was nothing unusual for the couple. They had a volatile relationship. But when Shatise returned to the scene, things took a deadly turn. She came back, but this time, something was different. She was armed. Before we get too deep, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you find value in these discussions. Shatise, reportedly, came back with a firearm. The argument between the two escalated quickly. According to eyewitnesses and police reports, she fired shots inside the house. Thankfully, no one was hit by the bullets. McKees, realizing the danger, fled outside, trying to escape the situation. Shatise, still not satisfied with the damage she had done, got into her car and chased McKees outside. It's clear from the reports that she had one goal in mind: to hurt McKees. She was angry, and she wasn't going to stop. According to police, as he ran, she chased him until there was nowhere left for him to go. She rammed him with her car, pinning him between the vehicle and the wall of a house. At 10:21 p.m., he was pronounced dead at the scene. McKees James Bostic, a father, a man who loved his children, and a man who tried to make his broken relationship work, was killed in front of his kids. The violence that erupted at that house wasn't just an isolated incident. It was the result of months, maybe even years, of a toxic relationship, full of conflict, distrust, and escalating violence. The children, still too young to understand what was happening, watched their father die in front of them. And the woman who killed him? She was their mother. Shatise wasn't a stranger to violence. McKees' friends and family have reported multiple instances of tension and aggression in the relationship. There were rumors of prior physical altercations, though no formal reports had been filed at the time. McKees, despite all the warning signs, had continued to try and make things work with her. Maybe he thought he could fix it. Maybe he thought he could change things for the better. But in the end, that fatal night proved that not every relationship can be saved. Some are too toxic, too violent, and too far gone. The police arrived at the scene shortly after the incident. They found McKees trapped, pinned between the car and the house. The scene was chaotic. Officers from multiple precincts were called in to manage the situation. Family members were frantic. Children were crying. The shock was overwhelming. The community, still reeling from the brutality of it all, couldn't comprehend what had just happened. Shatise Jackson was arrested on site and charged with capital murder, a charge that holds significant weight due to the presence of children during the incident. Under Alabama law, if a child under the age of 14 is present during the commission of a murder, the charge can be upgraded to capital murder. In this case, there were children present. McKeese's and Shatice's children who witnessed the entire event. That means this could become a much more serious case for Shatice. Capital murder charges are not taken lightly, especially when children are involved. There's also the question of intent.
Well, damn. I know Alabama got down like that. If a child is present during a murder, you could be charged with capital murder. Hey, man. Them southern states do not play. Deep fried. Cooked.
Did Shatice plan to kill McKeese? The authorities will have to sift through the details to determine if this was a premeditated act or if it was fueled by passion in the heat of the moment. Either way, it's a horrifying event that leaves behind a trail of victims. McKeese's children, his family, and Shatice herself, whose life will now be forever marked by the consequences of this crime. This case is still ongoing, with the Birmingham Police Department continuing its investigation. It's unclear at this stage if there will be any further charges or developments in the coming days. But one thing is certain.
That piece of hair?
This case serves as a stark reminder of how quickly domestic disputes can turn into something irreversible. McKee's James Bostic's life was violently and tragically cut short. A father's life ended in front of his children, a relationship's history culminating in a fatal confrontation. And now his family must deal with the aftermath, trying to make sense of a senseless death. They've lost a loved one, and the kids will grow up without their father, forced to live with the memory of his death. And for Shatice Jackson, her actions have already led to her arrest and potential conviction. It's unclear what her fate will be, but there's no escaping the fact that she's the one who ended McKeese's life. A man who had shown nothing but love and support for her, even as their relationship continued to deteriorate. The community of Birmingham, where McKeese was known as a loving father and a friend, is left to grapple with this tragedy.
They're trying to process how someone could.
Man, throw the book at her. She already got charged with capital. No matter how much you love a person, some people don't never love you enough. They stay playing with fire. They stay playing with your life. Now, fire. She done killed them in front of the kids, and they can upgrade the charges to capital murder is insane.
Damn. Well, yeah, I'm back again. I done took so many losses, took that shit right on the chin. Now they see the tables turn, Betty touching Eminem. Know that boy draft gon' make it jump, straight up out the gym. From the concrete to the lead, this shit came within. Been hitting hoes, I might leave. What if I hit the scene, I was just a teen. But my mind was stuck on getting cream. Can't get caught up in this shit, whatever I want, you know I'ma go get it then. If I can't get you, I'ma get your twin. All these guns fed, they gon' switch like a audible.